tonight on Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Lots of rain here today. We got a lot. We had a lot of rain today, and will that continue? I'll have more coming right up.
Thanks, Benji. Plus, the one and only Garrett has your national forecast. All that and much more as this Tuesday, September 25th edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies starts right now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest-running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Si's Eyes. I'm now joined by Benji. So Benji, we went for a run this morning.
We did, and it was a little bit cloudy, but perfect temperature around at 7:30 in the morning.
A little bit cloudy, a little bit windy, a little bit cool when I first stepped out the door. But we did it. We did about a 3-mile run today, but before the rain came, and then it really became a wet morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really wet when I got outside my first class. And so we got temperatures here. So we had current temperature in Ames. Right now we got 57 here in Ames. And that rain came through, and it will bring back some cooler temperatures. But will the rain continue? I'll have more coming up.
I'm looking forward to it, Benji. On this day in 1942, a powerful low-pressure system brought a remarkable early snowfall to most of Iowa. Although the snow melted as it fell across most of the state, many stations around the state reported their earliest trace of snowfall on record. Although the snow melted as it fell, okay, that's kind of the same thing. Anyway, it was very cold and very snowy on this day in 1942, and that just might be coming back in about next week. We'll see how that comes out. Anyway, 4 inches accumulated in some of the worst spots, though. I don't think we'll get that much. We'll find out in the future. All right, so here's Garrett with a look at what's going on around the nation. Garrett?
Thanks so much, Caleb. As we look around the nation today, fairly quiet off to the west, but if you take a look off east, there is a cold front that's pushing through that's adding some extra precipitation throughout the eastern portion of the country. I'll have more on that coming up after this.
Welcome back to the show. We're glad you're still with us. Now here's Garrett with a look at what's happening around the United States. What's going on, Garrett?
Well, thank you so much, Caleb. Looking at temperatures all across the nation. If you checked out that almanac, it was in Des Moines, but here in Ames we saw a high this morning around 77 degrees is what I saw last. And that temperature has been dropping fairly consistently throughout the day. If you notice here, it's a very sharp temperature divide. That is that cold front that's pushing through. We do have a lot cooler conditions off to the northwest and down to the southeast. Still fairly warm. Temperatures still in the 80s in some parts of the nation. Looking at temperatures for the Midwest, we can still see that really sharp divide with that cold front pushing through. Temperatures much cooler off to the northwest, as I said. Take a look around to the northeast, where that cold front still hasn't quite made it through yet. Still temperatures in the 60s, 80s, and up north where it just has passed through. We see a couple of 70s popping up, 55 over there in Montreal. Take a look down south where it's significantly warmer. Dallas, around 90 degrees. Jacksonville, 76. Montgomery, 83 as well. Over off to the western portion of the country, we can still start to see this cold front kind of pushing through as well, keeping temperatures much cooler. But down south, Phoenix, 100 degrees and 90 degrees over in California. We're going to pop up north where temperatures are significantly cooler. Right around 60 degrees, 61 in Idaho Falls. Billings, 60 degrees as well. Satellite and radar all across the nation as well. We do have a bit of a pocket of high pressure off to the west, keeping clouds out of the way and keeping precip from the main part out of the way as well. And off to the east is here. We can see that development of precip as it's moving its way eastward, where the east coast could see some additional rain for the next few days as well. A couple watches and warnings for freeze warnings in Colorado and Wyoming right now. A couple of fire warnings off to the west, and over the eastern coast here we do have a couple of severe thunderstorm watches in effect, and as well as flash flood watches as well. Right here we're taking a look at the upper atmosphere level, right around 500 millibars. It's right about middle portion of the atmosphere. What this kind of dictates is what we're seeing. It's kind of the overall general flow of the atmosphere as we move through it. Get one more playthrough here in a second. Here we go. See this bit of a trough, which is going to bring in some cooler temperatures into the portions of the area. We can kind of see where this cold front starting to develop, push further south, and we're going to have much more of a northwestern flow, which is going to be bringing temperatures down rather significantly. Taking a look at futurecasts all across the nation, we do have this high pressure, like I said, moving through. It's going to clear some area out. This cold front here is going to continue to push eastward as we move into the later portions of the week, and closer into Thursday, we're going to have some additional precip all along the eastern coast. And we have an additional cold front start to develop and push its way south late Thursday night, so we could see even cooler temperatures possibly after a rain event moving into Friday. Travel forecast city is going to be Raleigh, North Carolina. We do have some rainfall, like I said, moving through into the eastern coast. They could see possibly another ½ an inch by tomorrow and into Thursday morning as well. Again, showers and thunderstorms likely Thursday morning. And that's going to continue into Friday afternoon as well. Temperatures are going to heat up just a little bit as it moves into the weekend time, and then eventually start to cool off again, and then heat back up as the start of the week starts next week.
Thank you, Garrett. It looks like a pretty chilly time in the Rockies right now. Let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. Now, bear with me here. A lot of these answers are very similar. What chart is constructed from the data collected by weather balloons? Is it A, a log T skew P, B, a skew T log P, C, a skew T skew P, or D, a log T log P? I know that's very intriguing, and we'll have your answer coming up right after Benji's forecast. Now let's take a look at the week ahead with Benji.
Thanks, Caleb. So satellite radar, you can see that the storms did push through, and that will bring in some cooler temperatures. I'll let you know how cool it will get coming right up. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Benji Wyberg. So, as Garrett mentioned, there was a cool front that passed through, and you can see the sharp divide in temperatures right here. And as we look at the Midwest temps, if we can advance here. Oh, silent radar. So yeah, so the cool front with the storms pushing through, that did bring have some tornado warned areas around Cedar Rapids, and even but no reported tornadoes, but did provoke some warnings. And now current temperatures. So we have 57 here in Ames, 53 in Mason City, and we keep going to the Midwest, where Garrett did mention that cool front, where it's 86 in St. Louis, but only 57 in Des Moines. So our futurecast, it looks pretty clear the next couple of days. The storms have passed through, so you should be good through any activities you have planned for tonight and into tomorrow. So Wednesday at 6:30 in the morning, you're all clear all day Wednesday, pretty clear. And as we continue on Thursday, we might get a couple clouds. Looking at tonight, it's going to be really cold but very clear. 45 degrees with light winds out of the west-northwest. Yeah, and then into tomorrow, we have 60 degrees. Yes, it will feel a little bit cooler, but it will feel a little bit cooler now that that cold front has passed through. But sunny skies and no rain in the forecast. As we look on to our 7-day, we have about 60 degrees the next couple of days, and our next chance of rain is Friday. Friday, we got a small chance, about 30%, and then late Saturday and Sunday will be our next best shot for rain.
Thanks, Benji. You just increased our ratings of all the fall lovers out there. I'm looking forward to Friday's weather, 60 and rain. Let's take another look at tonight's trivia question. What chart is constructed from the data collected by weather balloons? Is it A, a log T skew P chart, B, skew T log P, C, a skew T skew P, or D, a log T log P? Have you guys ever launched a weather balloon before?
I personally have not. I've seen them be launched, but I'm not really. I don't work for the National Weather Service, unfortunately.
Sure. I have had the privilege of helping out with some weather balloon launches.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to say it's going to be, I think, B, skew T log P. How about you, Benji?
I haven't had too much experience with this, but I hear all the upperclassmen always talking about skew T's, so I would say either B or C would be my best guess. Yeah, we'll go with B so we can get log.
Let's see what the answer is, or let's see what the trivia poll from our viewers predicts.
Ooh, wow.
75% of the people saying B, matching with Benji and I, and 25% say C is skew T, skew P. Let's see what the correct answer is.
Skew P? You mean log P?
No, C is a skew T, skew P.
Oh, I gotcha. What is going on?
Well, the correct answer should be B, a skew T log P. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But anyway, these charts had the temperature line skewed at a 45-degree angle so we can better see the temperature variations as you go up in the atmosphere, and pressure decreases on a logarithmic scale. That's kind of where the name comes from.
Yep.
But anyway, the weather seems to be kind of skewing and messing with all of us here with the fall coming up pretty
Definitely,
soon.
yeah. That cold front's starting to push through, move towards the east. It's allowing these cooler temperatures starting to finally, from Canada, the air mass starting to pull its way down. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler and drier for the next few days anyway. So fall, I think, is finally here. And we're not going to get like a week long of fall and then like back into summer, like straight back into winter or something like that.
Right, it's the season of contrast, right?
It
Where you
is.
see all these freeze warnings in Wyoming and Colorado, but then you're still in the 80s and 90s and far south.
Yeah,
as
I mean,
well.
just a couple weeks, like last week we were up in the 90s, and now after
Yes.
a couple cold fronts, we're down in the 60s and even a couple 40s for lows. So
Finally starting to get a little more zonal flow, a little more eastern, northeastern flow, or western.
Right. It's almost time to break out that Cubs jacket again. The baseball season right around the corner, and the weather turning towards a colder solution.
I think what you meant to say was hockey season's right on the corner.
Hockey as well.
I'm with
for
Garrett
you.
on this
Hockey
one.
season's-
Hockey season.
I'm surrounded
Right
by
around
hockey
the corner.
fans. Yes. There'll be plenty of time to enjoy the fall and winter sports as we go forward in the next few weeks.
Definitely.
So that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on our Twitter page. You can find every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.